I think that's a good idea.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. I second the motion.
Let's,
Oh my God.
you know what? It'd be nice
I
if
love
we
these charts.
start the new year fresh.
We started first.
Right? I mean, all of us, let's do it. Let's have a good year together. What do you think?
I think it's great.
Okay, fantastic. Everyone has gotten my report, right? Any questions?
I haven't seen it.
You want a copy?
Yeah, I'll get the copy.
No, I can't see it here either.
I know you sent it
Yeah,
out.
you can write
Sent it
it.
out.
No, when did you send it out? You sent it today?
Went out,
Yesterday?
Day before yesterday, yeah.
Day before
Right.
yesterday. I'm seeing it yesterday.
It went out yesterday.
Ain't nobody
I'm
got
pretty
time
sure it
for
went
that.
out yesterday.
Well, you
I'm
know,
pretty
if
sure
you have any
it's-
questions after you read it,
Oh,
call me.
Yeah, I saw it, and that's when I responded. I wasn't
Anytime.
coming, and now.
Don't call Bradley, because Bradley doesn't want to take these questions.
Thanks. You too.
All right, so there's no questions. We'll go on to the board report. Ira can give us what's been going on in the world of the board.
Well, what do you want to know? Okay, well, anyway, last month, not that people don't know this, is the board approved the contract for third track. So that's going ahead. It's supposed to be finished by 2022.
Can I write that down?
Yes, you can. Because I said, wow,
Yes.
I think that's
seems
very,
Okay,
That's aggressive and-
Let's give the railroad some due. That second track is on
It's ahead of
time
schedule, isn't
and
it?
working. So
Yep.
let's.
I think it's ahead of
give them some due.
schedule.
We've expedited parts of it.
I'm sitting on the cold because of that, but yes, it's on track.
no, but I think the schedule's very aggressive. It's design build, so they're hoping that they can get this done. That's what, it's pricey too. And, whatever, but, it's supposed to be finished by 2022, great fanfare. There's 3 working groups on the MTA board, actually there's 4, but now the one of those was 3. The chairman decided he wanted 3 working groups. One is on, construction, including construction costs. I don't know if anybody saw that New York Times piece. Really, I call it the feather bedding piece, about how there's no real excuse for the MTA's construction costs to be so dramatically higher than everywhere else in the world. There's a few real arguments, but it doesn't account for everything. And that's something there's a working group. I'm not on that working group. Then there's a working group on just procurement in general, how to improve that, increase competition. There was a debate, actually at the last board, there was a bit of a discussion about that, about if you go design build, you wind up with less contractors. So those issues are being discussed about how to improve. That kind of has become a board priority. The other one is, actually there's 2 more. There's one on accessibility, really just the accessorized system in New York City, and how to improve that. There's a working group on that, and then there's a working group on disability access to the transit system along our railroad and Metro North, and I'm the person who Joe Lotus decided should head that up.
I got your number.
Yes, I want to hear.
I'm going to hand it out.
You don't hand it out. You tell me what you think, because some of the things that I noticed, but especially because you're here, is that the MTA misses is accessibility to the website, and I think that's actually have a blind client, and not that she doesn't use the system, but she knows other blind people who do, and it's a big challenge, and blindness is often not taken into account, or even deafness or some of these other disabilities when the MTA does a lot of the stuff it does. So I think we want to take a look at that too, not just what I call physical accessibility. So that's kind of what's going on the board. As far as on-time performances, it was very good. The last board was in December. The statistics along the road weren't great, but they were very. I would call them very good. Almost every line was performing at what its goal was, close to it. I don't know what happened the past month. I would guess that that's not the case, because I think our experience has shown that there's some challenges out there. Because I think especially this past weekend.
Week.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We're already Thursday. Yes, that's right. I was thinking.
It was a cold weather, right?
Yeah, but you see, I don't accept that. I mean,
We're gonna go into it in the meeting.
Yeah, we'll go to me. But I think that's something. But I just, to give the railroad their due, I think there's been a lot of hard work. And I was disappointed this past week because I felt that there'd been all this hard work and things seem to have been getting better. And it would be good to, I felt that, I don't know how anyone else felt, but that October, November, and maybe even December, which I didn't see statistics for, was better. That showed in the statistics. But there's our experience, there's the statistics. I find that our experience does follow the statistics if you look at them. So, anyway, if anyone has any questions, I don't know what, Bill, do you remember any other contracts or something special that people would be interested in?
Yeah, there wasn't, the big one obviously was the
Yeah, third track.
third track. I don't remember anything And I'm trying to remember if there was anything that,
Such a long time ago, December.
yeah, it does seem like it was forever.
Mid-Suffolk
I don't think there
Yard,
was anything that Merdler was, all over.
Oh, no. Mid Suffolk Yard?
that got awarded.
That's right.
last month.
Yeah,
That's right.
Mid-Suffolk Yard, yeah,
Mid-Suffolk Yard
Mid-Suffolk Yard, yeah.
Sort of as part of that, in some ways they're both, although
They're
Third
sort of,
Track
yeah.
is not specifically an East Side Access linked project, it really is. I mean, that's why it's 2022, that's why it isn't officially, and they always said that we don't need Third Track to make East Side Access work, but we need Third Track to make East Side Access work better. That's the thing. At each point I have raised the Brooklyn issue. I don't think I'm getting very far. I have Norm Brown as a colleague on the board. He's the Metro North labor rep. He doesn't have a vote, but he and I have been pushing
Somebody
for
at the door.
some change, so that there'd be at least some through service to Brooklyn, because we feel it's a mistake. But I haven't really made that. And there's a phase 2 for Jamaica, I think, coming up.
Well, we should discuss our strategy in that, because now I met with the Brooklyn Borough President, he's prepared to work with us on it as well. Maybe we need to expand
Yes, I think so.
how we're gonna, maybe we should talk about strategies on how to.
Yes, I think that'd be great. Because it's already, the door's closing, as I said, I think that was in November, because, the contracts are being let, the platform's being built.
Yep.
Not that, maybe in the peak of the peak, that's the way they should run service, that's the way they have to, but I still think we should push for some through Brooklyn service, especially with Third Track, and then, it's interesting, because the Third Track thing, I said, well, that's nice, they're talking about Brooklyn service, so I said, but then what are you gonna make everyone transfer like that? Reverse peak. So, you're gonna run reverse peak Brooklyn trains?
And now the Islanders leaving again, Ron was trying to get Barclays there as well.
It's gonna add a half hour to everybody's commute.
I wouldn't say that much.
Would.
Do you think so?
think
Not
go up
15 to
and
20
go-
minutes?
20 minutes to a half hour.
I think 15 to 20.
Because you're not gonna have a direct connection.
Yeah, I know.
It's just gonna be shuttled, so
that's
in
right,
other
you're
words,
right.
you're gonna go.
You're right, there's no scheduled connection.
Right,
How
so you're
could there
gonna
be?
go over there and then you're gonna wait
And then
10
you-
minutes for your next train to pull out.
Well, who knows
you know.
what?
And then you have the same situation coming back
Right.
into Jamaica. You'll get there and you might have to wait 10, 15 minutes for your connection to pull in.
I wonder how well, they'll show, on the phone, it would show a schedule that would link
Right.
your train to the next train, and you'd be able, to be.
And how's this gonna also win the ricochet, or the, whatever you wanna call it, because now that's another train, if there is a meeting train, connection train, how long is that gonna wait also? 'Cause
Is it
that
gonna
will
wait?
start-
It won't.
It won't wait.
It won't wait.
There's
No,
no
it
more
won't.
con-
There's
no
not-
more
it's not a
con-
connection.
Because
There's
it's
no
not a
connection
direct
to the future.
connection.
There's no
The future is there's no connection to Jamaica for
Right.
anything.
Right.
Are there gonna be engineers?
No, trains are gonna run, and you have to get off to
Well,
travel
that's
to
what I'm
You
another.
get off, and the next train that comes. If the train from Brooklyn's late, then you miss whatever the connection might have been. But if there's no, I don't know how the schedules are gonna be shown, because if they're not shown, I need to think about this until now. If it's not shown that, you could take this train from Flatbush Avenue to Jamaica and then change for a train to Long Beach, then then it's definitely really divorcing the service. I mean, people won't want it. You have to then put two things together. That's not right for the passenger. So they're gonna have to show something. When they show something, they have to add the time in that it would take for the person to walk up and walk down.
Otherwise, we're gonna have the congestion that we have here. Everybody standing around in Jamaica looking at boards.
I think there's only 2 ways up and down too. Actually, only one, it's gonna be only one, or are they building another cross platform? In other words, from the new platform that they're building, is there gonna be 2 ways out or only one?
No, there's only one.
There's gonna be
right
some
now.
escalators and stairs.
But only.
But
to
one passage
to
from
one
that platform
passageway.
to the other platform.
One set of doors that go into the building.
So it's only one passageway too.
Everything's gonna be on the east end, right?
Yes.
Yeah, where the air train one is now.
Right, so there's
Yeah,
no,
to
there's
there.
no west
Right.
end, yeah.
So I'm like, now you
They're
got.
not gonna connect to the west,
Yeah,
because there is a west.
Actually,
end.
I-
Isn't
It
that
could
west?
be. I'm not sure, but
These are
And that's,
very
and that's
good
very
questions. I didn't
congested
put
during
that.
peak hours. I mean, people going to, because I use the air train whenever I travel. And during peak
No, I've
hours,
been there,
that
Jamaica.
entrance is
Yes.
is very
You know what, I'd
congested.
like everybody to send me and Bill emails on these thoughts and these questions.
And
Think of it for a while, send them over, put them all together.
Yeah, and
then
let's see.
let's get, then
Let's-
we'll
yeah.
form our next thread of our strategy. But please do this, within the next couple of days.
Yeah, it's good we had this discussion, because we gotta move ahead more quickly on this, and it's slipping away, and,
Do you have anything else?
no.
Really understand?
Yeah, I could do a quick one. We actually have a new staff member coming on. Sheila Benish, and she's basically a planner by trade, pretty interesting person. She went to school in the Netherlands, grad school, and we're really happy to get her on. Hoping to have her on by February. Maybe it might bleed a little into February because it's harder for the MTA to do their background check for somebody that's worked outside the country. But they're working on it.
Is she replacing somebody, or she's in addition?
Well, she's replacing Bradley eventually. I mean, she's taking Bradley's old position. Bradley moved up.
He's the executive director.
So, when Angelo Belicio left us to go to, was a trader and left us to go to the city planning department.
That's on the record now, you just did.
Yeah, I know. So, I'll send her a note with the time point so you can watch it. But when she left us, we were able to move Bradley up into the planning manager position. We've left the planner position, and we were able to fill that. So, and the one thing that's weird at the MTA is there's a hiring freeze on now. So we don't know what's going to happen.
If they got the offer already, then they're good. If
Yeah, they got the offer. This
So,
one's fine.
As long as the offer was made, they're
But,
okay.
yeah, this one's fine, but so who knows what's gonna end up happening down the line. I know it's that the stuff the paperwork went out first of the year, end of last year.
Well, we also discussed that issue that, we renewed our lease in Mineola, and we've been advertising for our part-time person. The problem is
Yeah.
a part-time is a hard job to fill for
for
the position that we want, which is someone going out and meeting with the community groups and all that kind of stuff. That's not really a part-time job. So, I mean, if you know people, still pass the word around, but that's hard, it's hard to find.
It may take us a while to onboard them because this, who knows what they're gonna, I mean, it's dependent on what happens probably in Albany this spring and whether there's any funding or not.
Well, we still need to get names.
No, we do need to get people. But that's, and otherwise, it's been a fun month for us all here. The month and the end of last year. So we've had, we've had someone in the office at all times during business hours, but sometimes that was just one person. We're hoping for a little thawing and getting back to normal.
Any comments online that we should be getting an email?
No, it's been very quiet. It's been very quiet. There really has not been anything to speak of. There were a couple of comments about platforms shoveling and stuff like that, but it's the kind of stuff you'd expect. There were some comments about homeless earlier on, closer to our November meeting. But I think people have been too busy.
Let me just to piggyback on
send
that.
stuff.
A lot of the comments I'm getting, a lot of emails, because I don't know, people all seem to find my personal email address. And it's not direct to you guys, but maybe we should talk about how we can handle the situation. Is just a horrible shoveling job by the towns in the parking lots. We have that every year, but last year wasn't as bad, I think, as this year's been. I know it's not your responsibility, but is it maybe something you want to do jointly?
We
problem with it?
started last year. We started at the bigger stations. We met with the different towns and villages and stuff at the stations that had the biggest issues. And then last summer we had an intern in stations. They do the parking lot, we do the platforms, and then it's like these dead areas, sidewalks, so we identified who's responsible for what. So now this year, as we get these complaints, we're able to call with New York City, and
Well,
so.
I'm saying last year, I didn't find as many as I'm finding now. It may be because it's the first snowstorm
I
of the
think it
year.
was the first snowstorm. I think it's because it hit us so hard, and I think that deep freeze impacted us
Right.
very
Well, just so you know, I got
bad.
one, I got one today, I think you're.
There's a lot of new
today,
people. There's a lot of new
of
people in
someone at the lot
towns.
that still hasn't been plowed. So
Oh,
they-
don't worry.
So there's only, on the side, there's only 4-hour parking on the side. So
Which
you're
lot
getting-
was this? Do you remember?
I'll take a look.
Just
I'll
so
let you
to
know.
let me know.
So-
Well, I can tell you in my town, in
Well,
Belmore.
let me just finish.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the people who park there are seeking tickets when they come back, or if they've parked in the residential areas nearby, they're getting nasty notes from the people who live there saying this is not, so it's just, it's still today, this is as of today, this is still,
Yeah,
you know, it's,
and I
mean,
definitely
the
will
rain
follow up
the
with
rain will
them.
wash it away, but I'm
wait.
just saying, maybe there's something, if you want us in any way to help, you know, you wanna do it, you know, whatever, I'm just here, we're offering because it's.
The best
it's
thing
our
is
people.
just to meet there with us, if you guys wanna be there, and the towns or whoever, and then we work it out. We bring our engineers, our things,
Like I said,
and
if you
then,
want us to send out a letter saying, as the riders representative, we're asking you to work with the railroad, we could do that. I mean, we don't have to, we're not trying to get assert ourselves into
Okay.
into your jobs. If we can help in any way, because maybe they need to hear from the voters.
I know that you sent a picture of Seaford with the handicap spots, I believe, that there were, the snowed in, and we called right away, and they sent somebody over. So
Right.
they are very responsive to our calls, but sometimes they don't realize, and I think also with the change of administration, a lot of people don't know what they're responsible for, or
Yeah.
pretend that they
I'll
don't
give
know
you
what they're
that one
responsible
today,
for.
at the end of the meeting, I'll give you that one.
Kurt,
But I'm just throwing out that, I find that's been a lot of complaints, and I know it's not directed
Hunters
to you.
Point Avenue, did they shovel? I had a problem with that too, I got Polly involved, New York City did that, just
Yes.
without even asking.
And remember, I'm a walker.
That's a critical station, that
And
could be
the
very
bus
dangerous.
stops are not properly, well, today, we had a lot of warm weather today, but Limbrook, the curb cut to the building, the entrance to the ticket office.
Well, that
The
would be
curb
very-
cut,
that-
there was a mountain of snow in the.
Oh, they pushed the snow into the curb
The snow was in the curb ramp.
Yeah, well, that's what,
Yeah,
yes,
that's-
I know, when they shovel snow, they decide they gotta pile it up right where you cross the street. Yeah, New York City does the same.
So, I mean, I'm not a wheelchair user, but I'm, you know,
Right,
a
you're
wheelchair
right,
user
yeah.
did come up, they weren't gonna get into the elevators.
Well, in
Forget
Belmont,
about that, you're just crossing the street. Yeah, where are you supposed to cross
No,
the
this
street?
was-
You're supposed to
this
mount
was
the mound of snow?
To get into the building, but outside by the
Yeah,
bus
but right,
stops was
no, but it's
also
not, it's just.
snowy and
yeah.
icy.
well, in Belmore, what they basically did is during the storm, a plow came through, just did the pathway, so to speak, or the driveway areas. Unfortunately, my car was buried. It took me an hour and a half to dig myself out just to get out. But the point is, they never came back at night. So all those piles at the Belmore parking lot, even right now, there's probably 10 or 15% of the spots are non-existent because the snow was never plowed. It's still piled up there. And they could have had somebody come in at 2 in the morning when there aren't cars there, just have a plow guy just go through it and move it, get rid of it.
That would
yeah,
make
well,
sense.
there was one town that said they were gonna come back, right? Which was that? That they were gonna come on last weekend?
there were several. I've been making a lot of calls.
Yeah, I mean, I called Town of Hempstead out of curiosity. And I spoke to a guy, he goes, well, there are cars in the way. I said, not at midnight, they're not. He goes, well, that's gonna be overtime. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm sorry, there's snow,
You
you
know
know?
what? In fact, the stop that the person complained about it is Belmont.
Well, there you go.
It is
so-
Belmore?
so-
Okay.
That
Yeah, I mean,
No,
That
so
the
mo-
terrible.
that the snow's taking up spots and they have to go on the street, it's 4-hour parking or no parking.
No, so Mar, I think it would be helpful, you guys send a letter to the towns, so there's new people, they should know that this
I
is
have
an
no
issue.
problem with that, we don't wanna step on your toes, or bring it out
That's
to
not stepping on
say,
our
is, you
toes.
know, what can we do, and we don't wanna.
I think it's just bringing awareness that,
We
hey,
did
this
that,
is an
we
issue,
did that
yeah.
2 years ago, we did an email to all supervisors, and that's when Huntington jumped right in, and they started very responsive to that,
I mean-
because of that.
I'm just gonna walk back to you.
And Limbrook
This
is
is
a
today.
village, Malvern is a village, they take
This
care
is
of
one of the
Malvern.
parking lots today that I just shot out of the train. People are still all over the place. You don't know where the lines are. All this back here is all parking where they didn't bother. All this back here is all parking. You see everybody's just parking in every which what way. You know, there's like no
They
rhyme
can't
or
take
reason.
care of it, why can't the state condemn them and the Long Island Railroad take them over? Just a thought, that's all right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Maybe someone should suggest that to these localities.
All right, so I just want, sorry to figure that.
No,
Just,
no,
far
you're
as
okay,
The
you're-
storm, that just wanted to say,
You're okay.
I haven't gotten as many complaints, you know, as far as the platforms as I
Snow.
did have about the
But
parking lots.
just one little thing, these notices that people, the residents are putting on people's cars.
Yeah, that's, and they're annoyed because they live there, and people were
Well,
getting
yeah,
it saying,
well,
but
you
it's
know,
legal.
you know.
I'm just saying, it would be better for everyone, the tensions
Yeah,
rise,
yeah, yeah.
if we just had the parking lots.
I know,
We
people
have
in
a
my
big
neighborhood
garage.
don't do that, when people from Long Island who don't wanna take the railroad park in our neighborhood.
Because
So-
you guys just slash the tires, it's different. Long Island, you know,
No, in my neighborhood, we're very civil.
See,
We
you know,
let the air out of the tires.
See, I live in a cul-de-sac, and there is a bunch of houses on the right-hand side that are illegal rentals. And it's in their agreement, they're not supposed to park in the cul-de-sac, they're supposed to park on the other side. Well, during the snow, they all park on the street, and we can't even park our own cars, because they're parked all over the damn place. We end up using their car to pile snow on top of them, that's how I take care of it. I literally,
You're on
put my car
record
buried.
now.
But I think we
We
take
don't
care
do
of it.
any of that, we let
I-
people park
I
on the
think we
streets, maybe
digress.
that's gotta
Yes,
stop.
guys,
yeah.
let's go, okay.
There's a vote for residential
Now,
parking
now,
permits.
see, this is a good segue into member reports. What's happening in your communities? I mean, anything you need to tell about as far as commuters or anything? Jerry and Ron?
Well, actually, this might be shocking. I actually have something nice to say to the railroad.
Yes, that's twice in the last 2
Yeah.
meetings.
Well, maybe it's the same one that, did I mention about the removal of the pigeon nettings? No,
From where?
from Patchogue Station. They had put up a few years back, or several years back, I lost track, nettings to prevent the pigeons from nesting and pooping all over the platforms. The pigeons found that as a wonderful place to nest, and we've had more crap on the platforms since they put the nets up. So finally, I guess they threw in the towel a few months ago, 2-3 months ago, and the platforms have never been cleaner.
Really?
I mean, you still see the occasional pigeon, but they're not nesting up there. They're not in one spot constantly dropping. So you just get occasional pigeon droppings, nothing like it was before. So, yeah, and they have been paying attention to some little stuff, and sometimes the little things mean a lot. By our ticket machine, it's kind of dull, dingy over there. They put a light. So now that's probably the brightest spot of the whole train station is right by the ticket window, because everyone's concerned, that's where
You
you
take
pull
it,
out
you
your
do
wallet.
it for your
that's where
wallet, yeah. It's-
So, at least in Patchogue, there was at least 2 good things that they've done in the last few months. And, I want to acknowledge that, because I'll complain about the other stuff, but.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cut him off before he goes into the negatives.
Yeah, all right.
I have a pigeon question, probably for Hector. Is it illegal to feed birds?
Yes.
Is it?
In New York
Because
City it is.
there's a lady at the Belmore train station who comes here every day with bags of feed. And there was a cop, and I said something to him. The cop goes, "It's not illegal for us. We can't."
Well,
do
maybe
anything."
there it isn't. I think it's just, I think it's just the
City
New York
ordinance?
City Administrative Code. I don't know if
On
it's
Long
state
Island,
law.
is it illegal to feed? I mean, was the cop right? He said it's illegal to feed.
It
Just
could
they
be.
can't do it. They can't tell her.
I got a cab driver who does it in Limbrook.
Yeah, the Nassau County Police officer said they can't
Maybe
stop
they
her.
can use them to plow the parking lots.
Well, I don't know, we'll see.
Feed. And let the
Well,
birds
there's
just
an
come and
idea
move
for
it.
a state law.
Yes.
What's the,
All right, I'm sorry, guys. Let's I don't want to Mike. Anything in your community that's going on?
Just the snow removal came up. I got an email about snow removal also.
So let's go into new business. Guys, we still, I'm glad we have some people here because we've had very bad turnout, which we're going to have to deal with this year. So we've been wanting to do a meet the council, but we can't do a meet the council until we know that people are going to come. We can do it in Brooklyn, we can do it in Penn Station. To me, that's irrelevant for right now because all we get is, well, it depends on what it is. We always know that. But we want to know if people are going to make the effort to come or not because it can't just be 2 of us banning the tables. We used to have a really good turnout. It used to be a really good program for the railroad and for us. We gave them some good issues. But I need to know if everyone, and I know people have scheduling problems, but I don't want to have Bill start cracking his head and picking dates and trying to get the whole thing set up if people have no interest in going to it.
As long as it's, for me, as long as it's an after, like this, 4:30 or 4 to 7 or something like that, no, I'm good for it.
I'm good.
I know days I'm definitely not doing one.
Do we want to go?
Away.
Do we want to do Brooklyn or do we want to stay in Penn Station?
Doesn't matter really. Penn, Brooklyn.
Well, some people don't want to go to Brooklyn. That's why I'm
Yeah.
asking. That's why I'm asking.
I mean, you're gonna get more people here, so the crowds are bigger.
But you get
here.
different people.
With the Brooklyn issue, we've always talked about doing something there because of the Brooklyn issue.
Right, they're all Brooklyn
And
issues.
just letting people know.
If
they're
you
getting
wanna
the-
bring,
the-
if you wanna bring up the Brooklyn issues, I mean, that's the place
Well, we
to
do
do
it
it.
specifically for that issue. And other complaints or whatever. I mean, yeah, maybe that would be a
Well,
thing
we
to
need
do.
to know the members that are willing to go.
The problem with Brooklyn, and don't get me wrong, I like Brooklyn, is the configuration, as people come off those subways and they do the quick button hook right to the track.
That's true, yes,
So,
it's a direct
the
connection.
only really good place,
Down in that lobby.
the only really good place to set up our table is where the bar cart is. And if we move that, they'll slit our throats. No, seriously, he's got the prime location because he catches the people as they come off the sub and they go right. So it's
still
gonna be
there?
kinda hard. Yeah, well, he was last time.
I don't know.
But if you're off to the other side,
Oh, that's another thing,
Yeah.
that's a board issue.
But if
They're cutting them all
We
out.
did meet the council, remember you and I went down.
Sorry, right?
To check out.
Oh, isn't that right?
They-
Not just
You
Metro
remember
North?
where we
They're
sold
supposed-
the table?
they're-
Aren't we losing them too? We're losing them.
oh yeah, well,
Yeah, I think they're, well, I
Phasing
mean,
them out.
they're supposed to be. Metro North has a particular problem which involves somebody stealing a bunch of stuff.
Right, I know, but that prompted them
that
to eliminate it on
prompted them
both railroads.
To eliminate.
And, you
yeah.
know, Mitch Pally is a very big advocate of
Yeah,
not,
and
it's
he would
not
like
serving
to-
people alcohol,
he would
but
like to get
getting
out
on a
of the
train
business.
and then getting off the train at their station and getting into an automobile. He thinks that's a,
Well,
A
once
bad
they're
thing
gone,
to
then we
do.
have a spot. So I say we do Penn Station,
that's why.
and then
And later do
we'll do Brooklyn after the bar cart's gone, because then we'll have a perfect. Because what happens if we're on the other side of the station?
Did you see the
People
bar
won't
cart
even
there
really see us.
recently?
We just have to sell competing bars.
Yeah.
Well, the
And
cops
again,
usually set out right up at
Well, why
that.
can't we just
First
join the bar
car.
guy and
And
just
there's-
hand out us
sell
stuff
beers.
and drinks?
And the
Sell
book,
beers.
again, the Book of Our President offered
Make
to.
your pamphlet the
promote
cocktail
it.
napkin?
Well, people would be a little bit
I think it's a worthy
more
issue.
amenable.
I think we should try to get into Brooklyn, because I don't think.
I agree
they'll-
with you.
I don't think they know. I really
I
don't
agree
think
with
they
you.
know.
I agree. People
I'm
don't,
fine
no,
with
they
it as
don't
long as the
know.
people are gonna show up. I have no problem with it. Okay,
So what did we decide?
we're gonna plan it, we're gonna see, we're gonna
Let's try
set dates.
Brooklyn.
and
Yeah, if it's Brooklyn, I'll go.
So do you want, do
Even
we
if
want to do
it's-
Penn first and then?
Whatever you
Well,
guys decide,
prefer-
I'm easy.
prefer on a
Easy,
timeline
either
for
one.
Brooklyn issue.
I think we should do Brooklyn.
Let's do
I think it was a
Brooklyn,
good
okay.
idea to,
Okay.
we gotta hand something out that says what's happening.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Happy
Maybe,
New Year.
maybe an op-ed, a week before.
Oh, try to do that.
We can try, we're working on another one, but we can talk about it. Before we get into your stuff, I just wanna, you have the poster?
Bill has it.
Poster?
Yeah,
So, you know, we have the
I got a
posters up, and we have.
Couple of them will circulate one
We
each way.
wanna do a new poster.
We got
for the-
these
for the-
emailed to us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so does anyone have any comments on it before we, okay it?
I thought it looked good.
Want
Yeah, we should
everybody to
put
get-
something in
Please,
here.
everyone, just,
Okay.
what was that?
The arrival, the arrival sign.
Delayed.
I think, yeah,
I don't know about that. That's what I thought too.
Do you want like a destination station or something? To,
No.
Or what?
Brooklyn
You can just
commuters
put on
are screwed.
time.
No.
Maybe- I'd love to see our, no, we should, it should say our phone number should.
Don't
be
put
That's a good idea.
Yeah, well,
It's right
you know,
there.
we got a phone once. We got a phone once, and we never got a call. We got a phone line.
Oh, you
Remember,
mean-
we got a phone line, and we handed some stuff out with the phone number on it. Because we got a dedicated phone line in our office when we were at 347. And we did put some stuff
So
out
what- are
with
we
it on,
missing-
and we never got a call.
We shouldn't put the Long Island address, you don't think, because people may stuff send there, is it?
I think, yeah, I think that's the problem. If you
No,
put,
don't do
if you put it there, they'll send it there, and then it'll just sit.
Maybe
It'll
I'll go.
disappear.
Maybe we should just put this here also.
What?
The email address, put it in here.
Yeah, that'd be an idea.
I don't know.
Just wanna get it done so we can get it to.
'Cause
Don't-
you-
don't put
people
purgatory
like
on the
sometimes
sign.
I'll see a poster like
I don't like
this
that.
and I'm quickly, and I'm not paying
I don't like
attention.
that.
Well, how am I
Bothers
supposed
me.
to
I said
contact
that.
these people?
Come
Now, there's not that much
The
text
line
on
is
this, it's
great,
not
you
that
gotta
hard.
admit, it's a line.
If this was in bold, it'd be better. Oh, then you just go to the
Did you
website.
Take it this week?
Alright.
Okay, alright, so is everything else okay in the poster?
Yeah, it was
The
good to
train's
me.
black. Anyway, I'm not gonna, I don't really care.
We're
Okay,
trying,
Bradley? So you
we're
got
not
to move
trying not to
forward?
drive the print shop crazy. We're trying to stay as,
Silver
What
snail.
colors are gonna be? The colors, right now it's orange and white, right?
which one?
The poster.
The poster, yeah, right, we're using like a burnt orange, right, with.
It's
you know,
the same,
I
we're
think
doing
it-
the same color scheme? Cause it stands out, which is good.
Yeah, this one stands out better than the ones we have.
Blue?
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a color scheme we were
Well,
thinking
and
of
that's
doing.
the council color
Just
that
wanna
we
s-
chose.
Yeah, we were thinking, what we did is we tried to go with the colors that we
I
did
never
with the
liked this
logo.
icon looking like someone's ready to jump, but it's fine.
What?
Too close to the edge of the platform.
I'm just wondering if we should put a little blue on the bottom too.
It's like the
It
dashing,
stands out.
dashing dotty thing.
Because when you're in a builder board with tons of other things out there.
Yeah,
it's gonna
exactly.
stand
Blue
out.
at the bottom.
I know, just think about something that seems.
I'll play with it.
Okay.
Can you get me some?
someone that tests.
We actually started on the,
Yeah, actually I can. I can put the yellow strip in.
regular ones.
I don't know, can we put the yellow strip in?
On the train?
On the platform.
On the edge?
On the edge, platform.
On the
That
poster.
I mean,
Oh, that would
it's
add nice
another
color
co-
to it, actually. It's
Yeah.
not a bad
Another color.
idea.
That would be easy. I can do that.
Yeah, it's easy to do. It's
We
With
had-
bumps?
we had started with
With a
the,
tactile.
we had started with the winter storm issues, we did some of the, as far as the parking lots. Do you guys wanna tell us before we give you whatever comments we have, is there anything you wanna tell us about what?
No, like, so, there's been like December was very bad in terms of the cars out of service. One of the things is people kind of laugh, but it's, with the leaves on the tracks, how bad that is. It was so warm this fall, a lot of the leaves were on until like December. So like December, when all the leaves started falling all at once, all of a sudden it was like one of our worst years recently with a lot of cars out of service. Like as of last Tuesday, it was like 80 cars were out of service, pieces of equipment, because of flat wheels and mechanical things and stuff. But it was abnormally high. We haven't had that in a long time. Since we've been having, every year we clear trees throughout the system. We're keeping up with it annually, but this year was just bad this year. That was one of the big.
Is there anything out there in other parts of the world where they can help in some way? We should be advocating for. Remember years ago we advocated with you guys and getting
New equipment.
snow equipment. You want specific ones you had that weren't from here, that were from elsewhere. So we did. Is there anything out there that we need to be advocating to get?
I mean, we in the summer times we do spraying. We have like a 3-year contract for tree trimming. We have like, how many miles we have? I don't know. 700 miles of tracks we're going to be clearing. Right now we're on a Wash Branch, for example.
I mean, the equipment is, modern equipment has all sorts of stuff that's supposed to make it break evenly, even when it slips. But apparently, I don't know, this is very bad. Just like leaves all over the place. So I don't know how.
Yeah, it was really bad this year.
But Dave Cooper, I asked Dave Cooper the same thing that you asked
And then we
him.
run those, there's called the Sandite trains to put some stuff on the tracks to make it more grippy and stuff.
But then you get other problems. I asked about that. I said, locomotives had sanders. And he said, oh, you didn't want to put some sand on the rails. You got why. You run into other problems with signals. Yeah, then you ruin the signals.
Is there a certain distance that a tree limb can grow up to?
We try to keep it like 15 feet from the tracks, standard,
Because,
but some of it.
There's a lot of trees that the limbs are like almost brushing.
No, but
against the
and
tree.
some of it is private property. Sometimes it's only 5 feet. We can only go to the property line. We can't go on people's private property.
Right, but I'm
in
saying
some
the
areas.
limbs, I don't
No.
know about limbs that are 50 feet in the air, but at least within the height of the tree car.
If there's
Well,
something
we-
that you're
Well,
finding-
Well, let me ask you,
Those ones.
are you sure you can't go on people's property? I mean, look at the utility companies, right? They'll come in and they'll
Oh,
cut
yeah.
back limbs
Right.
because they're, maybe you're a state agency, do you not have the power to do that?
Yeah, but you're-
Well, historically, that was neglected for a long time. Then, 8 years ago, we started going back to doing this aggressively. Not aggressive, because then, again, residential areas, we have a lot of homes. They don't like you when you clear stuff. So, for a while, we were kind of leaving buffers in residential areas. Since Pat's been here, now it's like, when we hire a contract, we're going to go property line to property line. So we go up to the fence. When we're out there, some residents, they kind of don't want these junky trees either, so they will let us on their property. But if somebody doesn't want us to touch their stuff, we can't. We can only, go like that.
That's what I'm saying, are you sure about that? I mean, you're a state agency, utility companies can go onto your property, and they can cut back the tree limbs from the power lines. I mean, they have the power to do that. Is it, I don't know, I'm asking.
No,
if you've made that
They're
determination.
they're getting a service, and they've got an easement to provide that.
Well, I wonder if that's how they do it. Is it because they have the easement? Is that how they get the right to do that?
They do it when they have pole lines, but we don't have stuff
Yeah,
in
no, I
people's
know. I know
backyards.
that's probably
So,
where the utility does that.
and we have
I would look into it if I were you.
and we have contractors doing it. It's not like we're doing it. I think if we did something, we have a right to kind of go, but it's
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
as a contractor,
contractors.
that's a different story.
It's different.
What I've heard is
And
that
the leaves are
they
subject
have
to
the right
wind.
do it because they have the easement to
Exactly.
run the line, and they have the right to keep their easement clear.